This used to be my entire Apple ecosystem until I replaced all of it with Linux and Android. Now everything I use daily depends on it because it does things Apple just can't. And the crazy part is, most people, including you watching, don't even realize what they're missing because this isn't about Android versus iPhone anymore. It's about unlocking what a proper setup can actually do for you. First, the S26 Ultra. You see, the S26 Ultra is what powers everything for me. Whether it's shooting RAW and editing it instantly in Lightroom, or logging into my studio PC from anywhere around the world by using Parsec, something iPhone just doesn't do the same way. This phone is able to act like a mini computer because it also provides a real file system. It's also able to sign PDFs with the S Pen. Yes, it's a thing. It can run multiple apps at once without limits. What I'm trying to get at is that it's not just a phone. This is the center of everything. And it doesn't force you to switch from Mac to a Windows device. That's right, it does not lock you in. To the point that Samsung has now made it possible to use AirDrop with the S26 Ultra. Whether you want to send files to an iPhone, an iPad, a MacBook, this phone just does not take away from your Apple experience. But this is where it gets interesting. The ecosystem becomes greater when you know how to use Good Lock. Good Lock lets your phone be customizable between one-hand operation plus multi-start, camera assistant, and sound assistant. There are ways to use your phone to your advantage. A swipe to pull your control center, another for the calculator, a way for you to multitask effortlessly. You've got individual app volumes, controlling music with volume keys. Like, there's an infinite amount of ways to make sure that this makes your life easier. And it goes as far as good battery life. For myself, a full charge will last about 1 day and 8 hours. And then this creates a whole ecosystem of accessories for you. We've been building this office for the past I want to say 6 months, something like that. And we've been buying so many things, so many desks that we have to set up, so many IKEA furniture pieces that we have to build. It's been insane. And listen, there's one true problem with that. Well, I can't be glued to my phone. You know, like with the concrete and then building this cage and then building all the things inside of here. I've genuinely found a way to stay connected to my phone without having to take my hands away from whatever I'm doing. And this has been one of the greatest additions I've added to my everyday carry. I've been using these for the past 2-3 months. It's been the easiest way for me to stay connected. I mean, a lot has been happening. Renos, traveling, shooting, meetings, briefs, like it doesn't stop. And this connects directly to my phone. So everything that normally lives on my S26 Ultra, notifications, messages, quick updates, they show up right in front of me. The G2s let you modify a lot of this stuff within the app, so I can quickly take a peek while I'm in the middle of something. And this, along with my stock charts and Conversate, are the main features I genuinely use a lot. Conversate is what I use during meetings and briefs because it can take conversations, summarize them, and transcribe them in real time. And I'll show you how my Linux machine connects to all of this because this is where everything just ties in together. Even Hub is what actually makes this interesting, especially if you are a developer. My Android ecosystem connects very much to my P16, my Linux machine, and this is what bridges my phone to my glasses to my laptop. Even Hub is basically a web-based platform that lets you build lightweight apps that run through your phone and surface directly into the glasses. So the glasses aren't running apps themselves, they're actually acting more like a display layer. Even Hub is also built entirely on web technologies. So you're working with things like HTML, JavaScript, React, which means you can build, test, and deploy straight from a Linux machine without any weird setup. For me, running Linux on my P16, well, it's huge. I can spin up a local environment, build a quick tool, test it in the browser, and then push it directly into Even Hub. And now that tool is feeding real-time information straight into the glasses. So instead of thinking in terms of apps, you're really building small, focused interfaces for specific moments, like a quick dashboard, a live data feed, or even something connected to an API I'm already running on my system. And because everything routes through the phone, the S26 Ultra is basically acting like the hub for compute, connectivity, and data. So now, technically speaking, I've got the Linux machine for building, the phone as my central brain, and then the glasses as the output layer. This overall makes the perfect S26 Ultra ecosystem, and I guess everyday carry, but it's super important to understand how all of this comes together, because you really need to understand the machine behind it. Windows, for the longest time, was the operating system. Back in the early 2000s with Windows XP, it gave people real control. Then Windows 7 refined it. Fast, stable, everything just worked. But over time, things started to change with Windows 10 and especially Windows 11. More background processes, more bloat, more things you didn't ask for. And now, more and more people, well, are turning to macOS or Linux. Not because it's trending, but because they want control back. And I'm one of those people. But I had to compromise because NVIDIA and Linux, well, they don't see eye to eye. There are many quirks with my GPU. My 5090, more specifically, that I use to edit videos on DaVinci. Quirks like weird UI glitches, scaling issues while I'm using dual monitors. Sleep mode, yeah, the GPU kind of breaks that. You pair that with an OLED display that runs at 120 Hz with incredible colors, and well, you are asking a lot out of a Linux machine in terms of GPU stability and battery life. Realistically, compared to Windows, on average, I think I lose about 2 to 3 hours of use. And so that is the price I pay for wanting freedom and an ecosystem of web apps and packages that work so well. Like, you've got Notion for Linux, Messages, WhatsApp, Google Drive, Google Photos, all installed as web apps through Chrome, but they run like native apps. This is what keeps me connected to my S26 Ultra, especially with photos. I mean, I have access to my photos on my laptop without an issue. And then of course, LocalSend. I use it for copy and pasting. I use it as an airdrop alternative to transfer files and media. Linux easily connects to my server at the office, and packed up into this P16, I still have access to Thunderbolt level speeds through USB-C, an SD card reader. I kid you not, inserting this SD card and making my system break. Yeah. Like I have a playback video and repeat. It's got its own quirks from time to time, I have to admit, but you know, things like the webcam, they work well, audio works well, Bluetooth works well, so really in that department, I have no complaint. Look, this is where audio-wise, everything in my everyday carry comes together. The Galaxy Buds 4 Pro. These are fairly close to my experience with the AirPods Pro 3 in terms of comfort, of course. I did have to find the right tip for my ear because it was not perfect out of the box. Some people complain about fit, so yeah, I mean, not for everyone. But for me, I mean, they've been actually really great. And I'm someone that struggles with in-ear buds. These are disgusting, I should clean them. You do lose features outside Galaxy devices, things like EQ tuning, firmware updates, and deeper ANC controls, but audio, calls, and connectivity all work exactly the same. Switching between Linux and the S26 Ultra is fast, but not instant like Apple. Sometimes I wait 1 to 2 seconds, or it happens rarely, but I have to manually connect them. But let's not get carried away, because at the end of the day, I mean, this is about sound. The sound overall is great, and I am genuinely a guy who likes his bass, and these are slightly bass heavy, and so it's also got slightly less treble clarity. For hip hop and gym music, I can definitely recommend it. However, it's not necessarily the most detailed sound in the premium category. I do use them for video editing. After all, my laptop also provides an SD card reader, and with my glasses plus Android apps on Linux, I can stay connected while editing footage. This is the camera I wanted to try for the car channel, and what's interesting is, well, how it all fits together so well, and the footage feels more cinematic than log from the S26 Ultra. This has a 1-inch 4K 240 frames per second sensor, films real 10-bit D-Log, 14 stops dynamic range, so it's great for night shoots, cars, or high contrast scenes. Overall, it's got a nice clean and cinematic look straight out of the camera, which is what I wanted. You can also get ND filters for it, and this kit did come with a wide-angle lens. It's got this active tracking feature as well that works really well, but I'm still trying to figure out creative ways to vlog with it. I do hate that vertical 4K is not a thing on this yet, but other than that, it's a great little gimbal to have if you want to replace video from your phone. To charge everything, I actually use this a lot, believe it or not. Like the Taurus Yoga retractable 67 watt charger, this thing mostly chills in my kitchen. Instead of carrying multiple chargers, well, this replaces all of it. I use it to charge my laptop when I leave it there. It's slow as molasses for that, but it sure charges my phone, glasses, Osmo Pocket, earbuds, and tags when I need it. I use these tags in my bags now. These are the UGREEN Fine Track Duo, and they are rechargeable via USB-C. So that's nice. So yeah, USB-C charging, pairing it is quick and works well with Android devices. For 35 Canadian dollars, I got 4 of these. These are not true GPS trackers, by the way. It's Bluetooth plus network based, meaning that it needs nearby phones to update its location. These aren't ideal for cars or long distance tracking. I'd say they're more useful for like your wallet, your keys, and things of that matter. In fact, I have one in my Burberry bag. This was genuinely my first and last designer purchase. I haven't bought anything like this ever since. I got this like 4 years ago, and I feel like it's time to actually use it. I feel like it was too loud fashion at the time, but honestly, it's a very nice bag where most of my items fit. And with summer coming, I need something to carry my stuff around. Really, I'm more of a watch guy, and even at that, I haven't bought a watch in a while. I am trying to wear my Pelagos 39 a lot more now since I bought it as my daily, but I'd rather use this than a digital watch. I got my glasses for my connectivity and my Whoop for my health, and I will make a dedicated video about the Whoop because I've been using this for about a year. If you want that episode, please do leave a hashtag Whoop, and I will make sure to make it. Like always, you can click here or here for last week's episode, and here or here to subscribe.